And if we look at ourselves, and if you ask yourself this question, am I ready to come to this banquet? Am I ready to be with the Lord? Am I ready to be called His son? Am I ready to carry a royal name? Am I ready? Well, am I worthy? You're not. You're not. Because I'll tell you one thing. If you think that you're ready, if you think that you're worthy, you'll probably say no to Jesus when He calls your name. Because the way we read the stories, all the people who thought there was something, all the rich people, or who had something, or had some kind of good stature, but whomever king invited the first time, they didn't come because they thought there was something. They didn't come. Only people who couldn't come, they came. And I realized one thing, I couldn't come not because of my sin. I couldn't come because my sin would not allow me to come to Christ, to God. I couldn't be named His son, or I couldn't be named, His child, or be in His family, or call my God, my God, without Jesus Christ. I couldn't. Someone had to actually take my hand. Somebody had to take my hand. And somebody had to lead me all the way to the throne of God and introduce me to God. Because otherwise, on my own, I couldn't do that. You see, I celebrate Christmas, or I celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ because the greatest thing that He's done for me, He looked at me and I was crippled. He looked at me and I was lame, I couldn't walk. He looked at me and I was blind. And He had pity. He loved me. He took my hand. I couldn't walk, He carried me. He brought me to the throne of God. He did it. If it wasn't for Him, no one else would do it. Trust me, for you too. If it wasn't for Him, no one would do it for you. I wouldn't do it for you. Because I can do it for myself. No one would. When we celebrate Christmas, in a couple of days, the birth of Jesus Christ, and we'll be singing those songs, and we'll be hearing lots of sermons. I'll just ask you one thing. Just ask yourself this question: why am I celebrating His birth? What did He do to me? What did He do for me? Did He change my life? If He hasn't, you're wasting your time. Did He? The whole point of this sermon was to give you a little meaning to this holiday. To give you something to think about. That Jesus Christ is awesome because He took you when no one else would take you in. He took your hand, picked you up, and He brought you to His Father. Now you're called His children. Now He's raising you up. Now He's picking you up. Now you have a new name. You have a new statue. Because of Him. I was listening to a sermon this week. An interesting point. The pastor was preaching and he said that, I have a friend that is in a wheelchair, and I guess it was an accident. He was paralyzed. That he's not only in a wheelchair, he can't even move his arms. His arms, he goes, they're crippled. They're like this, and he can't do nothing. His facial expressions are fine. He can talk, he can laugh, but he can't do anything else. He's just sitting there, and he goes like, every weekend I would hang out with him. Every Saturday I would come to his house, and I would take him places, downtown, or and we'd just hang out. And I would come to his door, and I would ring the bell, and he would say, "Come in," and I would open the door, and he would be in his wheelchair, and I would wheel him out to my car, and I would open the door in my van, and I would lift him, this person, because he doesn't have any strength to do anything. So I had to lift him, and however he could with his arms, he was holding on to my neck, and I was holding him, and I carried him to my car, and I put him into my car, into the seat of the car, but he couldn't even buckle up. He didn't even have strength to buckle up. So I had to buckle him up. And then we would drive to downtown, and we would have this beautiful day, just talk, and just have this awesome conversation, and it's wonderful. But think of this. He says, if I would come to his house, and I would honk, and I would open my window and say, hey, if you want to hang out tonight, then wheel yourself out to my car, and put yourself into my car, and buckle yourself up, and we're going for a drive, and we're going to have fun. If he would have said that, that person would have never came out, because he could have. Because he really could have. He doesn't have any strength. He's not capable. And once again, I want to remind you, God is calling you to His banquet, and you're not coming because you can't. It's not because you don't want to. You can't. Why? Because the sin has crippled your life. You can't. Jesus Christ has to wheel you out. Jesus Christ has to carry you. Jesus Christ has to put you in the seat. Jesus Christ has to buckle you up. And Jesus Christ will take you for that ride. That's the only way. That's the only way. So guys, think about it. Jesus Christ is one awesome God, isn't He? He's awesome. And, you know, holidays, you know, everybody's going to be telling you about His birth. Rejoice. Rejoice and think about it. Think about the things that He has done for you. Things that you couldn't do and He has done for you. Alright? Think about it. And give Him thanks for that. So, amen.